Okay, so we've gotten the motor propeller on and the outboard on. Do we have fuel?
There's a little bit in there.
Moment of truth. Let's see if it starts. "11 pulls, not too bad for 6 months. Welcome to G&T Sailing. If you're new here, I'm Gretchen and this is Tim. Together aboard Felicita, our Catalina 42, we're exploring this beautiful marble we call home. You'll find us this season sailing further south along Mexico's Pacific coast and deeper into the Sea of Cortez. We don't care where we go, we just care that we go, and we're glad you're coming along for the ride.
Mexico is Sexico!
It's not all boat work in San Carlos. We were able to take a break with a cruise from Rochambeau and Sonrisa for a proper Thanksgiving dinner prepared by this beautiful beach restaurant. Docket today.
Hopefully we're gonna finish all the stuff up on the mast. I'd like to be done climbing the mast.
One more trip.
Yeah, hopefully just one more trip, and then we have a big day today, Black Friday. We're gonna work. It's work Friday. Yeah, I want to do the mast, and then I want to tackle the windlass. And while I'm up there, I'll put those new nuts on the staysail pad eye and tighten that down. And hopefully we can button that all up and be done with that. And then the only other thing looming right now over my head until the next thing is gotta clean the carburetor.
Oh, is that what's wrong with the outboard?
That's what Mike says, and we watched a YouTube video of a guy doing it. So we're gonna attempt that. And we gotta get the outboard running, right? I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it'll be hard to be out in the anchor. Exactly. The windlass and the outboard are the two most critical things that have to happen that will allow us to shove away from this dock. And our cockpit is still completely full of stuff, so we've gotta...
Yeah, we got a guy coming to clean on Saturday, don't we?
Yeah, we
We're
gotta...
getting kicked out of here on Tuesday, possibly.
Yeah, so we've got a lot to do. So we got the windlass fixed, and the next big critical path is getting the outboard running dependably, which involves cleaning the carburetor. So we have a couple strategies here. We try to think through the things that could go wrong. And one thing that could go wrong is that we drop parts in the water. So we've got this bucket here. We've parked the dinghy here so that maybe it would catch something falling, but hopefully we just won't drop anything. So what's the process here?
Well, it looks like from the video I watched, I got to loosen that screw to get this cable off. I got to take these two out, but I cannot get to that one without removing this.
And this is the carburetor right here.
This is the carburetor, yeah.
A lot of little parts. Word to the wise, run all the fuel out before the end of the season.
Loosen this, but I'm not sure. So in his video, he took these two things off. There's the, ooh, that seems sticky. I guess not. He said when it was down, you should be able to blow air through it. You can't blow air through anything. This is the jet right here that needs to be cleaned. says if you can't see sunlight, well, we barely can. So we need a clothespin
Needle.
or a needle.
I've got needles.
And then there's another one down in there that he just shook out like that. And it needs, well, that's pretty clean inside, but we need to, those are the jets that need to be cleaned according to that boat guy. YouTube that boat guy.
Cool. So you need a needle and that carb cleaner?
Yes. Cool.
What'd you find?
Well, this is how the choke works. See how it's wide open? That's where the air comes in. So when you choke it,
oh, it flaps.
it literally chokes off air, but there's a little teeny bit gets through there. And then here's the throttle, opening and closing, letting fuel in.
Cool.
And then this is the float.
What's that do?
It floats up and down with fuel in this bowl.
Oh.
So we just need to clean it all up, clean those jets out. This is the one. Pretty tiny, that hole in there.
Do you need a thinner needle?
I don't know if I need to get all the way through it. He said it was tiny. That and that. And then let's just clean it all up in here. Okay, so I think this went first. Choke, throttle. Here we go. I love these Hondas.
All she needed was a little cleaning. Yay! Okay, now we gotta go get fuel before we run out. That's a big accomplishment.
We gotta run that thing empty next.
Yep.
I mean, we can run this empty and then hook this up and we're fine.
Oh my God, it feels so good to be out on the water. Even if it's just in the dinghy, this feels amazing. We're getting closer every day. Our 2 critical path, can't leave without it being done projects in the bag. Well, I guess then we need some groceries. Although we have food, we wouldn't starve. But this is a very good day. And now time to provision. My least favorite task is done, but there are 2 more things that have to happen. I have to actually connect with the Uber, and I have to get all of this to the boat and into the boat. So the job is only halfway done at this point. So it's a constant challenge, as we've mentioned here at G&T Sailing, that
Challenge for you.
my husband, the engineer, is just in a continuous improvement mode, whereas I'm in a it's good enough, let's stop spending money kind of mode.
Even without the money, you're a good enough person. Is it just the money?
I mean, the money is definitely part of it.
As you can see here, we've got the beautiful canvas cover for the dinghy outboard, the new dinghy or canvas cover for the hydrovane to protect it, and then right in the middle of it is that grill with that blue cover, and it just looks totally out of place.
Here. It's a tough call. They're so different.
So we're gonna at least need a gray sunbrella cover for the grill so that everything matches.
How about we just get rid of the grill? We never use it.
No.
Okay, we have the Panama Posse call going on in the background. We're leaving tomorrow is hopefully the plan. And the last two things on our list are firing up the water maker, which we're gonna do for a very short time because we're still in the marina, which has disgusting water. So we don't really wanna run the water maker very long, but we wanna make sure that it starts and everything. And we have an error message on our AIS antenna that we've gotta sort out. So and then Tim is going to the local butcher to hopefully find some specialty meats like Italian sausage and pork shoulder. And we're gonna have some folks over later today for sundowners and hopefully bon voyage party. Fingers crossed this day goes well. Oh, and Eduardo is coming to clean the boat. Big day. Super frustrating. When we hired this guy to do the decks and the stainless, we talked about doing the decks and all the stainless. And now here we are at the end of the day, and Tim just said, and also the stainless, and he like looked like blink, blink, blink. I feel like I keep learning the same lessons over and over. Do everything in writing, in a form of communication that you both understand. It should always be in writing. Even if it's verbal, I should have, as soon as I got done talking to him, I should have WhatsApped him exactly what we just talked about, including the price, so that it's all very clear, it's all in writing. Because, I mean, maybe benefit of the doubt, maybe it was a lost in translation thing, but I literally was tapping the stainless. So I'm not sure how, anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. I can polish our stainless. It's not a big deal. And it's the least important part. But I feel like I'm constantly battling, feeling taken advantage of. And it's really uncomfortable. I don't like it. Really don't like it. In hindsight, what I was asking him to do in one day was unrealistic, which I didn't understand at the time. And he wanted the work and likely did not want to say no to me. So he took an apologize later approach. And at the end of the day, he did a good enough job for the time we had. And we were able to leave with the yard dirt cleaned off the boat. Okay, the work is done.
Sure is. All I got to do is lash down the dinghy. I don't even need to lash the jerry cans on, do I? Till later. I'll put the hydrovane on, I think, for our crossing. How long is our crossing? 115 miles?
22 hours. Tim is on to something.
Somebody needs to come up with a cocktail for sailors called Bilge Juice or something to that effect. I'll have a think on that and come up with something more clever.
I like it. We invited all the cruising friends who helped us in big and small ways get the boat launched and ready to go. Our favorite part of this life is the instant community we find wherever we happen to be. It is an extremely exciting day here at G&T Sailing. It's leaving day, finally. So, making coffee. We're not leaving till noon. I've got a couple of conference calls this morning. We have a few little things we need to do. Lash the dinghy. We're going to run the mainsail out. There's no wind this morning, so we're just going to pull it out, pull it back in, just make sure that that's all running well. And our batteries are down to 36%. We have not been topping off to 100 every day. We've been using a lot of power, running the vacuum cleaner a lot yesterday. And 2 days ago it was cloudy, so we had solar coming in, but not a ton. So anyway, later today when we leave here, we'll have the engine on, so that'll pump a lot of amps into the battery, so it'll be good. So because our batteries are so low, usually in the morning I make our coffee with the electric kettle, but today I am boiling water using the propane. So I'm gonna work on making coffee this morning. And Tim's back. We'll see how he's feeling about leaving day. Hey, our friends from YouTube are here.
Hey, YouTubers.
How are you feeling?
I feel good. Ready to be a sailor again.
It's leaving day. Hey, would you mind hitting that solenoid? Join us next time as we set sail for the first time this season.
Wait for the wind, wait for the night.
Mexico. Come for the sailing, stay for the boobies.
Since you went away, it came to a halt.